Apple and Google spent more money on patents last year than they did on research and development. There are so many lawsuits over patent infringement now that this phenomenon has become known as the patent war. On the iPhone alone, there are more than 1,200 patents meant to protect and encourage innovation. But according to the New York Times, they're doing the opposite.
These numbers can make it nearly impossible for inventors to create new smartphone innovations without potentially infringing on patents that already exist. Some people say all these patents slow down innovation.
Phone Arena says the patent system is simply outdated. The problem stems from the fact that the system was designed with the mechanical world in mind, and in the world of software, it turns out you can patent all sorts of generic concepts, blocking the way to business to smaller companies. It started in 2006 when Apple was forced to pay $100 million to Creative because it patented a portable music playback device that somewhat resembles the iPod. So when plans for the iPhone started, former CEO Steve Jobs said, "We're going to patent it all." Even if the patents get rejected, companies can reword and resubmit the application until it gets approved. Patent examiner Robert Buddens had this to say on the process. "When I get an application, I basically have 2 days to research and write a 10 to 20-page term paper on why I think it should be approved or rejected. I'm not going to pretend like we get it right every time." Apple alone has been involved in 142 patent lawsuits, and some large companies exist just to sue over those patent violations. They're called patent trolls. So what's the solution to this mess of vague tech patents? Some say shorten the length of the patent term from 20 years to 5 to keep companies from reaching too far into the future. And Twitter recently introduced the Innovators Patent Agreement, which promises not to use patents as weapons. The IPA is a new way to do patent assignments that keeps control in the hands of engineers and designers. It's a commitment from Twitter to our employees that patents can only be used for defensive purposes. According to Stanford University, as much as $20 billion was spent on patent litigation and purchases in the last 2 years alone. I'm Jim Flink for Newsy. Multiple sources, the real story.